This week on Hermitcraft.
Do we want to record a group intro, or do we just want to do our own little intros and then just splice together whatever we've got?
I was already recording.
Hashtag
Me and
Hermit
Exuma
Professional.
are on the secret record. That's what we do.
Were you recording without my consent?
You're in the recording channel on Hermitcraft.
No,
Actually,
we're
you're not.
We're in the Hangout channel.
Jeez. Okay, we're hanging out then.
This week on Hermitcraft. Welcome to the Hermitcraft Recap, your weekly review show about people playing Minecraft on the internet. My name is Pixelriffs, our writer is LoyXP, and we too would like the Mobilisa Kingdom thread to be played at least once before the aquatic update rolls around, so we hear you, comment section, and believe me, we would pitch in to help finish it if we could. The good news is that we do get a minigame extravaganza this week, thanks to Wells Knight, Azuma, Mumbo Jumbo, and Python, a supercut of which you can find at the end of this very video. For now, let's all laugh at Python being Mike Wazowski out of Azuma's thumbnail. And with all that out of the way, let's take a look at the events and mishaps that occurred on the Hermitcraft server this week.
Okay, I didn't think a creeper could spawn in a space with a ladder. Elytra failed. Dang it, Elytra. You're the worst on ladders.
Beginning with Joe Hills, who continues tinkering with Castle Ravenloft and, because vampires love having natural sunlight around the place, decides to slab the outside of the castle so he can remove all those torches. But Joe, now how will the angry mob acquire the torches to go with their pitchforks? We're not sure, but they could probably take some lessons from the boating pigs that Joe has now gathered around the giant pig in a boat statue, like some kind of weird piggy cult worshipping their enormous leader.
Feel like I should kind of clean them up before the end of the season, but I also like the idea that people who download the world can just find little boats and use them.
He also has some interesting suggestions for naming boats in 1.13, but it might be a little late to suggest them now.
Because, like, you can name boats in real life, all you have to do is hit them with a bottle. If I fill a bottle in the crafting stand and I name it in an anvil, I can smash the bottle on the boat to name it. If you can't do that in Minecraft, somebody get on the phone with Jib. Somebody tell Jib, we need a splash potion of boat naming.
The slabbage may never truly be finished, but at least he takes a few breaks to decorate some of the previously rather plain rooms in Castle Ravenloft, such as the Cauldron Room, previous occupants' one solitary cauldron. I think you'll agree that the acacia furniture and cow heads really class up the place.
Yeah, in the original book, this is described as like, through the darkness of this room, you can just barely see green glowing wisps bubbling up from a huge black kettle.
While Joe works high in the towers of his castle, Mumbo digs yet another giant hole. This one's a slime farm, and the ideal position for it, with all four chunks adjacent to each other, happens to be right outside one of the less developed bases of the server. We're pretty sure Biffa won't mind, since he hasn't been sighted on the server since about this time last year, but if he does decide to make a last-minute reappearance, he sure won't be short on slime.
I mean, seeing this many slimes already spawning with just one layer, that is ridiculous.
Mumbo, however, is short on slime right now, so the slime statues he wants to make out of slime blocks will have to be rendered in concrete until he's got the resources to swap them over. But at least now he gets to practice hitting the broadside of a slime, and we get to see them all chase him for the duration of one of the hole digging time lapses. Of course, they get their revenge at the beginning of the big minigame episode, where he gets insta-killed on logging into the server, and the slimes nearly squish all his items.
I can't remember where my items were. There's a massive slime there. I'm genuinely scared of slimes at this point in time. Oh! Oh! Come on, connection to the server!
Which, by the way, will be squished regardless once Cub's space mycelium chunk crashes into the server. The purple inferno is already casting quite a shadow on Cubfan's base as it is, but he's not done yet, not until there's a blazing trail spewing dirt and mushroom roots all over the place.
And so we need something in the center to prevent that. And so a solid core structure that's so dense you can't see through it, I think makes a lot of sense.
Though his momentous work sculpting the conus-like structure is beyond impressive and awesome, it's a bit hard to take it seriously when the thumbnail makes it look like a giant eggplant.
This was actually the thumbnail of last episode, but we get in here and then do Quake Pro. That looks super cool right there. It's like you're looking through like a tunnel almost.
In the face of impending doom, Cubfan turns to his pets and decides to at least guarantee them a comfy life until the vegetable drops. So he builds a hotel-level luxury stable for the 5 remaining horses that he didn't yet send into space.
we're just going to wait here until we get enough bones to, yeah, fill out all the bone blocks over at the stables. So, yeah, I'm going to wait here, get some bones, and I'll be back.
Coincidentally, in chasing the faux Tudor style and using way too much cracked bricks on the foundation for it to be stable, he ends up using pretty much the exact same materials Azuma uses for his new sheep barn. It's sure been a while since the hermit kind hive mind kicked in, hasn't it? Azuma's way of sabotaging the barn is to embed his old AFK sheep farm into the base of it, and since all of the sheep in the structure are dinner-boned for shearing convenience, you get to listen to them all stomp at the floor from below the floor. Funnily enough, this is the only thing stopping it from being the nicest real estate on Azuma's island so far.
However, there's a load more details that I want to do with this project. There are loads of places where I can make this build look more interesting, and it kind of looks better than anything I thought I could have imagined before, so I'm very pleased with how this is going.
And finally, there's false symmetry. Well, and Wales Knight, but his one video this week is all about the minigames they were playing, so more on that later. And to be fair, she doesn't fall far from that either. In fact, she doesn't fall at all. She kind of glides around and lands gracefully face first into the many objects on Mumbo Jumbo's Elytra obstacle course.
Number 12. Oh no! I've ruined it. I focused on the next one. Oh, that was such a bad thing. A bit of a wobble, a bit of a wobble. Oh, that was a good wobble though. Oh, it's good. Oh no, and then I hit the floor. Mumbo. Oh no, how am I meant to get into fly mode?
We get to see her working on the False Labs centerpiece too, but as grindy as the giant area to be covered in fog is, you can't expect her to just do it all in one sitting.
And I wasn't wrong. I have not too much glass on me right now. Granted, this isn't going to look as nice if you have connected, non-connected textures, but because I do, and I feel like a lot of people do when they use Optifine, for example, I think everybody that uses Optifine now, right?
So really, it's all about beating her personal record and trying to make Mumbo Jumbo choke on his laughter from last week.
I don't know if I have beat people. No, I definitely haven't. How has Mumbo got 22 seconds? That's what I want to know.
And that brings us all the way back to the quadruple collab at the Gaming District. Somewhere in the wilderness of England, Zedaf sheds a tear of happiness and he does not know why.
Well, should we do a group intro or do our own little thing? Or...
Oh, I've been recording this whole time.
Really? What? What is this? We're in a Hangout channel. You shouldn't be recording.
Professional.
Wells Knight, Azuma, Mumbo, and Python come together to brave the challenges set upon them by themselves. From Wells Knight's boat racing course.
Did you lap Mumbo?
Huh?
Oh wait, I think I'm about to.
Yeah, you what?
Come on! Oh, I did!
I'm so stuck. This is so painful.
Mumbo, are you a bad luck charm? Oh wait, you're right
I was
behind
gonna
us.
say, yeah.
I shouldn't be talking smack.
To Azuma's boat racing course.
I was going to say, it's a very precise time. 1 minute nearly.
I feel like I'm gonna spend all my time trying to get through that. Oh, there we go. All good. Whee! The spiders will get you.
There we go. We're progressing, but very, very slowly.
Watching the oars move is so funny.
To Boat Bros, where they split the creators of it into two different teams as to remain fair and help them maybe win.
Alright, I'm steady.
I don't know how I didn't notice this, but if I jump on the iron bar, then I should be able to get there. Then here. How have I never noticed that? Okay, I made this puzzle. This should give us an advantage. Spinning. Don't get distracted by the spinning fella. Don't know if you caught wind of that. I found a fatal flaw, the sort that doesn't make sense. I didn't not notice it before.
To Mumbo's weird, whatever it is, where you just stand and press the button.
Okay, I'm gonna be number 3.
Hold on.
Hang on, you built this game. Well, what's special about number 3?
Nothing. It's totally random. I promise you.
To Hungry Hungry Hermits, but with quite a cannibalistic twist.
I'm gonna catch a Mumbo. He's going in the pen.
You're gonna
It's going in.
I am a pig.
Oh, this is satisfying. I haven't even got one yet.
There's one.
I got one by default because he chose to walk in.
Oh, I got another one. Oh, yeah, there we go.
And of course to Mumbo's Elytra course, because their faces clearly weren't flat enough already.
I'm in the tunnel. I'm going
oh
upwards.
my word, I'm almost dead. Oh, I'm dying.
Look at that. They're like vultures.
Two.
To just prey upon our stuff.
One.
Let go.
And that's just about it for this week's recap. Our writer is LoyXP and my name is PixelRiffs. Don't forget to leave a like while you're still here and subscribe so you won't miss future recaps. Thanks for watching and we'll see you next week.